Hello there. Right, today I'm going to start a new hobby, which is doing a bit of leather craft. Here is my new leather craft kit. I know it's a good starter kit. Probably those of you that have been leather makers or saddle makers or whatever you like to call yourselves, been doing it for a while, you'll probably think this is a bit crap, but got to start somewhere. Yeah, let's see how we get on. So I got this roll of old leather. Basically we had an old leather sofa that we got rid of, and I thought I'd make use of the leather. So the first thing I thought I'd make is a replacement glasses case out of this old leather. Let's see how we get on. Alright, so I got my strip of leather. That'll do. And I'm just going to make a glasses case just slightly bigger than that, so I'm just going to mark that out now. Right, so I've cut a side and a length, so basically I've cut a square section, and now I've got something to measure and work to. So literally I'm going to be making this about 3 inches by 7 inches. So here's my piece of leather cut. As you can see, that should fit nicely by the time that's folded. So that will be folded like that, and now what I want to do is just create a bit of an opening. So I'm going to find the halfway point and put a nice little slant on there, and then I'm going to just round these corners off a little bit so it looks nice and neat. Right, so I've cut basically the opening for it. I'm now going to glue down this edge and along this bottom just to hold it in place, and then I'm going to take these corners off just so that they match nicely. So I've just put a contact adhesive along the edges, just going to let that dry for a bit, and then we'll whack that together. Okay, so now that's stuck together, so now we can start shaping it up. So to get the round corners, I'm just going to carve around that there and there. That's the corners taken off. They're not too bad, but now I'm just going to sand them up a little bit. Yeah, that's looking better. So literally I just use this cheap looking nail file thing that came with the kit. So I've basically just scored a line going round with my finger, just so that I've got somewhere where I can start punching in these holes. So I'll start there and work my way around. Right, so I've got all the holes marked, which as you can see I've done with this, and now I'm going to start sewing. So I'll just shut it in my vise, as I don't have a proper leather maker's vise at the moment. Yeah, I understand you've got to start a few rows down to make this a nice strong sewing joint. So we'll start here, work back, and then work through, which is my attempt at a saddle stitch. I've got my needles on the thread, both ends, so literally it's pretty well locked on. Use that wax thread. Right, here goes. So I've started stitching. I did actually manage to go through the thread on that first bit, but because it's doubled, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Now I know once I get used to this, I'll be able to angle this thread a bit better, but I'm quite pleased how it's going at the moment, so let's see how it turns out. Okay, so there it is. This is where I started the sewing, and as you can see, by the time I got here, I got used to it, and I'm very pleased with that bit of sewing. Obviously, that's where I started. For a first attempt, I'm very pleased. So I'm going to make another one of these. Thanks for watching. Something left to do. Put my glasses in there. Cheers. So this is the second attempt, and as you can see, my sewing has improved quite a bit. I'm really pleased with that. When you look at that one and then the first one, a little bit of practice, all good. So yeah, really pleased.